Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Damien Watts and people know me as the 8-figure creator. And over the past 7 years, I've legitimately been behind the scenes as the secret weapon for a lot of brands that you know, like, and trust online today. And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down my State of the Union address, where I'm gonna be giving you information and insights into what I believe is gonna be coming true in the e-learning industry for 2023 and beyond. Now, over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into all of those changes so that you can be better prepared for when those changes come to the market. Now, let's go ahead and jump straight inside so that we can get to it. Now, as we go over my State of the Union address, I want to be very clear on the fact that I truly believe that there's a problem in the industry. And if we do not get a handle on this problem, I believe a ton of people are going to suffer from it. So over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to be breaking down the following: what the current state of the market is and how you can avoid the traps, the future of the e-learning industry and how you can win big, the online abundance and opportunities that you do not want to miss out on. If you've heard me preach before online, and I've been doing this for months now, there is a new wave coming to the market and it will be ran by the real practitioners. We will also be discussing the death of the Fluff Masters. You're really gonna like this topic here because I've been behind the scenes and I know exactly what's going on. Also, I'm gonna break down the biggest missed opportunities for brand owners and how you can become a part of the new rich Black America. Now, before we get into this, I wanna give you a backstory of exactly who I am and what I've done for brand owners like yourself. Over the past 7 years, I've had the amazing opportunity to speak on stages alongside some real heavy hitters, and I account that to all of the hard work that I put in over the years. I've also generated over $400 million, all verifiable, and I've created more 6, 7, and 8-figure earners than anyone in our community. If you don't know, I'm known in the space for helping several entrepreneurs hit 7-figure days online selling digital products. And I've done all of this utilizing my proprietary system that has been proven in multiple niches and verticals on and offline. Now, have you ever seen any of these people online? Maybe you recognize them, maybe you don't. But I bring this up to say that we've been trusted by many entrepreneurs online to manage their strategy, their back end, their ads, and so much more. These amazing entrepreneurs on the screen here have all gotten a taste of what it's like to have a well-oiled machine behind them. Now, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm very good at what I do. I believe with every fiber in my body that I am one of the best digital marketers on the planet. With the amount of good testimonials and results that we've generated online, I honestly don't know very many people who have been able to replicate what I've done. So for that, I am truly grateful for these entrepreneurs who have trusted me with their hard-earned dollars to help them get to the next level. I also haven't met anyone in our community that has been able to charge $25,000 for a 4-day event that is not a celebrity. Most people do annual masterminds, but when you have specialized knowledge and undeniable proof, people will pay you for the secret sauce. I have yet to put any of my IP online, and my mentor once told me, "Damien, you are doing the world a massive disservice by not sharing your specialized knowledge, and you're letting other people come in and lead people into the wrong direction." You need to think to yourself, if you will allow this to happen and allow people to be taken advantage of, what does that say about you as a man? That statement right there, y'all, it sat with me, and I finally came to the conclusion that I have to do something about what's going on in this space. And luckily for you, I am. Now, all in all, I show you all of this not to brag, but because I have a true passion for helping people level up. The feeling I get behind someone realizing their true potential and changing their family's lives is a feeling that goes unmatched. I also show you this as proof that I know exactly what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to making people money online, because I've been behind the scenes, as I mentioned earlier, as the secret weapon for years for brands that you know, like, and trust online. And with everything that's going on in the space, I've simply had enough. I'm tired of cleaning up other people's messes only to realize I could have stopped all of this from happening in the first place. Now, my goal is to protect you. My goal is to at least make you aware of what's currently happening in the space so that you are better prepared as you embark on this new journey of building a business online that can withstand any economic downturn. Listen, I know all of the mishaps that have unfortunately happened in the space because I've seen it all unfold with my own 2 eyes. So trust me, I get it. Enough is enough. So for the remaining time we have here together, all I ask is that you pay very close attention to the information I'm about to share with you, because it could potentially save you from the pitfalls of the dark side of the online world. Does this sound fair? I need a virtual handshake on this. We got a deal? All right, let's get into it. As you all know, the online space is booming right now, y'all. Millionaires are being created every single day due to the fact that specialized knowledge is easily accessible. The e-learning industry, based on predictions, will surpass $1 trillion. And that's a T, not a B, not an M, $1 trillion Yahoo even stated that the e-learning market potential growth difference is anticipated to increase by $1.7 trillion from 2021 to 2026. Campus Technology even stated that the e-learning industry has the potential to reach $1 trillion within the next 6 years. And Learning News even stated that the market is expected to quadruple in size by 2027 and hit $1 trillion. So what does this mean exactly? This means that there are a ton of opportunities online and that you legitimately have no excuse for being broke. People all over the world can sell information or products right from the comfort of their homes. Now, everyone has something unique about them. Now, it's time for you to figure out what that is about yourself and start helping people solve their problems that you may have the answer to. But there are also landmines everywhere you go online, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to avoid them, and I'm gonna show you how to build a business that has a foundation that is inflation proof. With everyone attempting to become coaches and consultants online, you have to realize that scammers will come in all shapes and sizes. And where there is money to be made, scammers will always follow. Look at it like this. Most of you are probably working a 9-to-5 and looking for more ways to make money. Imagine you're wanting to learn how to build your own online business, but you don't know where to get started. And then one day you see an ad online from a person telling you that they have the solution to your problem of not knowing where to start. Then after that, what most people do before they make any purchases online is they go and do some due diligence and stalk the social media profiles of that individual. These days, it's so hard to trust anyone online because it's so easy to fake it until you make it. Now here's where it gets real interesting. You get to their social media profiles and they have a ton of followers. And they've done an amazing job building their personal brand, so they pass the eye test. And now you take that leap of faith only to find out that it was all smoke and mirrors, and now, like everybody else, you want a refund. But you didn't read the fine print, and now you're fighting to get back what is rightfully yours. It sucks, right? That's why I'm here. That's my mission. My goal is to shed light on the current state of the market and show you how you can avoid these pitfalls. But before that, let's talk some more facts. Here on the screen, you can see the traditional education evolution. You went to grade school, then you went to high school, and some of you even went to college. Most of you on here probably got some student debt because you were sold a pipe dream that a piece of paper will help you get a high-paying job after you graduate. For some, it may have been true, but for me, boy, was that a lie. But don't worry, I'm guilty of this as well. I also fell into the same trap of believing in the American dream, so there's no reason for you to feel ashamed. Now let me tell you about my education evolution. I went to college, played college ball, got my degree, and since I had an extra year of eligibility, I decided to go ahead and get a master's to do something that no one in my family has done. And none of it, when I say, I mean none of it, transferred over to what I'm currently doing today. Now, I did end up getting a job, but without any real experience, it was always gonna be short-lived. I remember it like it was yesterday, getting that call that the project had failed and I was no longer needed. The feeling of me having to go and tell my wife that I no longer had a job, that alone was enough for me to say I never want this to happen again. Luckily, I was already in the process of building what is now today one of the most respected companies online in our community when it comes to helping people scale their businesses online. And ultimately, I had two choices: go find another job or take a leap of faith on what I believe to be a gold mine. If I would have stayed in that corporate rut, I would maybe be making a low 6 figures per year. But even with that, it's still not guaranteed because you can be fired at any given moment when you're helping build someone else's table. Now here's the hard cold truth. You no longer need to spend $50,000+ on education from colleges to make a great living, and today, I'm gonna prove it to you. But first, let's continue with some hard cold facts. Let's be real for a second. Everybody talking about it. It's all over the news. Inflation is continuing to climb at an alarming rate. It's also at an all-time high, a 41-year high at that. Groceries right now are atrocious. Have y'all seen the cost of eggs? Like it's crazy out here right now. Food prices are skyrocketing. People are having to get multiple jobs because they can't keep up with the inflation. For some, this could mean sleepless nights are ahead. But for those who are prepared, I'm gonna show you how you can build an inflation-proof business. Now listen, the world as we once knew it, it is not the same. Businesses all over the world are shutting down day in and day out. The digital online space has completely taken over, and this, I believe, has leveled the playing field with all of the major corporations. And on top of all that, a recession is looming. There is so much economic uncertainty ahead, I honestly feel sorry for the people who are not preparing themselves. Now listen, I also believe that for the people who are prepared and the people who take action, that there is a massive opportunity for people with specialized knowledge. And here's what I mean by that. I believe that it is the easiest time ever to make money online. I believe that if you come to the table and you share your specialized knowledge, you will be paid for it. I believe that right now is the best time to make money by helping other people solve their problems. I also believe that you can easily change your situation if you're unhappy. I believe that you can go and get that dream car. I believe that you can go and get that dream house that you've always wanted. My goal is to help you become a dreamer again. And I also know that you can change your family trajectory and start building true wealth. But the market is getting way smarter and way more sophisticated, which ultimately means you can't come into this game messing around. So if you are here to get over on people, it will be short-lived. If you are not really trying to help people get out of their current situations, you will have a hard time making money online. The things that I'm doing right now alone will force you to question your entire online existence. So I say all that to say, if you're here to play games, you might as well not even get started. But if you have specialized knowledge that you believe that can actually transform lives, now is your time to shine. If you really have some game to share with others that can impact their lives in a positive manner, you now have a massive opportunity on your hands. I believe that there's a massive tide coming to shore, and the people who are selling regurgitated information, watered down information, or information that is simply outdated, they're going to be in a world of hurt. The death of the Fluff Masters is real, y'all, because people are sick and tired of being stuck in the same spot that they were before they bought that program that they believed was the answer to all their problems. Before they got in bed with the fake gurus, only to realize that they're not getting the help that they needed to help them get across the finish line. And all I need you to know is that change is coming. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I believe that there's a new wave coming to the market, and I'm calling that wave the rise of the real. People have drastically been waiting for someone to acknowledge that what's going on in this space is some straight BS. But most people don't even understand the landscape of the internet enough to step up and say something about what's really going on in this space. Luckily, the real do, the practitioners, the gurus, the people who are actually in the trenches have spoken up and they've said enough is enough. And now it is also their time to shine as well. This is why I love the saying, if you stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. People are tired of being sold pipe dreams by these fluff masters, and I believe that the end is near. Now here's something that you also need to be aware of. What makes it really hard when it comes to the fluff masters is that they are great, and when I say great, I mean great, at selling you on what you desire the most. As for the culture, we were raised to believe that you're only getting money if you're a ball player. You're only getting to the bag if you're a rapper. And no one was really talking about entrepreneurship with so much praise until the last couple of years. And trust me, I get it. It sounds so refreshing. And it's exactly what you've been waiting for all along. And when you see someone who may have been in a similar situation as you, maybe have similar backgrounds come to the forefront, showing you what they did, showing you what they bought, showing you a way out, and you can compare it to the lifestyle that most rappers and ballers are living, it will make you want it even more. But it puts you in a vulnerable state that you believe that the fluff masters can pull you out of. Does this sound familiar? I grew up in a bad neighborhood and the odds were stacked against me. And it wasn't until I learned X that it completely changed the game for me. You see the lifestyle I'm living. And if you buy my program today and take action right now, you can be just like me and drive the Lambos and travel the world and so much more. And only for a gazillion dollars, it can all be yours today. But listen, you still gotta show up and execute. See? And this is where they get you. This is where the roles are reversed and everything is now pinned on you. No matter how much you show up, no matter how much you execute, it is always going to be your fault. And for that, these fluff masters are what I like to call master salesmen that lead you nowhere fast. Like, listen, it's really not all that bad. At least they getting you off your ass and attempted to make you see something in yourself that you may not have seen before. But if you're being led off a cliff and you can clearly see other people have jumped blindly right before you, and all you hear is splat after splat after splat, are you still gonna jump? Now that's a decision you will be solely held responsible for. So if you jump knowing you have never even talked about the parachute, who's to blame? And that's the problem that I see within the space. With fluff masters, everything is incomplete. They can tell you what you should do, but they can never show you how to do it because they've never done it themselves. Don't you hate it when you buy a program online and then you're pushed off to the person or the team that actually is responsible for the magic on the back end? Wouldn't it just make more sense for you to just go straight to the source versus going through the middleman? And that's what it is. Fluff masters are nothing but middlemen. And their response to your concerns will always be, oh, I plugged you in. Why aren't you being grateful? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be where you are today. And if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even gotten to connect. Crazy, right? Also, Here's another problem that I see in the space when it comes to the fakes. The fluff masters are now attempting to partner with you, bringing you into their world of chaos, knowing that they don't understand anything about operations, knowing that they don't understand any of the pieces to this big puzzle when it comes to scaling brands online. The audacity that these guys have is just crazy. And lastly, now I'm starting to see people try to confuse the market by telling you not to do the things that they did to get to where they are. The funny thing is if you watch and listen closely, they are backtracking on the things that they said. One moment they're telling you that paid ads are the secret sauce, and then the next they're saying that you can do it all without paid ads. Listen, if you want to take your brand to the next level and reach new eyeballs for your brand, you need paid ads. Everything else is unsustainable. And yes, you can pay to get on a podcast and get extra exposure, but what happens when that next best episode hits? Yours will fade into a black hole, leaving you stuck right back at square one. Now, I do believe that you only need to start paid ads when you have a proven product offering and you truly believe that you can change a person's life positively with the information that you have. If you have that, I say get started running ads today. Put some money behind it, because I can promise you this, your target customer is out there. All you have to do is go and find them. Now listen, at the end of the day, everyone is in business to make money. Point blank, period. Hell, we all are. But at some point, those tables will turn, and it's always for the worse when it comes to the fluff master. If they actually focused on building skill sets and learning specialized knowledge on what they're attempting to teach, maybe they'd be okay. It always comes down to the phrase that I like to call being over leveraged. Here's what happens when the fake gurus are over leveraged and they can no longer keep up with the main status that they've shown the market. Now I want you to stop and think for a second. What happens when the decision has to be made of protecting their own family versus making sure that you're good? I can tell you what happens, and I can promise you this, you will always get the short end of the stick. So what happens next? Simply put, they start scamming. Since the internet is the place of judgment, it only makes sense to make sure you control what people think about you. Think about it like this. If you have to decide between your kids eating and having food on the table, or your students doing good for their own families, there is a tough decision that has to be made. You would hope that people would just do the right thing, but I can tell you this, that is far from the truth. So now you have to ask yourself, every single time you encounter a new person online that's trying to sell you something, is it an impact play? Do they really care about my success? That's a tough question. And this is why you always have to keep your head on the swivel and stay alert. But don't worry, I got you. Here are some ways that you can protect yourself from all this foolery that's happening online. Number one, do your due diligence. Go type in their name on Google and see if they have any bad reviews. That is a great place to start. Number two, stop being so gullible. Just because someone flashes something fancy in your face doesn't mean it's real. For example, people rent cars all the time. So you have to be aware that everything isn't always what it seems. Number three, you should also consume their content regularly. Here's the tough part, because again, like I mentioned earlier, most fluff masters have some game and they can spit some flavor in your ear. And I call this having a good mouthpiece. A mouthpiece that can make you believe that anything is possible, when in all reality, business is hard. Did you know that most businesses fail within their first 3 years? Did you know that you actually have to show up? Did you know that you actually have to put in the work? If you do not do those two things, you will fail. But the problem is people are selling this as some easy task and all you have to do is pay me X amount. Now, some people got it. Some people got some game and they can truly back up what they're saying. But there are steps that you can take to better prepare yourself. And number four, the wall of fame. If people don't have receipts and they can't show you that they've helped someone before, you definitely need to raise the eyebrow to why. But for full disclosure, you can't discredit new educators because everyone has to start somewhere. But if those people aren't giving you a feeling of comfort and you get spidey senses, then you probably need to listen to your gut. Now listen, I ain't telling you to go out here and block your blessings either. Sometimes God will give his strongest soldiers a battle that he knows that they can get through, but I'm just letting you know these are some things that you need to be aware of. And finally, don't stop searching until you find someone who you believe in that can get you the results that can help you get across that finish line. Now, fair warning, the ones who have good mouthpieces are the hardest to figure out. It's very easy for them to finesse their way out of every given situation by always putting the blame back on you, twisting your every word and making it seem like it's always your fault. When in all reality, you showed up. You put in the work only to find out they just have enough information to get you to first base, maybe the second, but they ain't gonna never be able to show you how to get across that final plate. And all they gonna do is just butter you up. And if they can't help you, they would just pass you off to someone in their network when in reality, you could have just started there. So ultimately, these fluff masters, they can tell you where the fish are, but they can't show you how to fish. They can't show you how to catch it. They can't show you how to unhook it. They dang sure can't show you how to cook and clean it. All they're gonna do is just tell you, go stand over there and figure it out. And if it doesn't work, keep searching. Keep searching for the right spot until you figure it out on your own, or you can just give up. It's on you. And that's the problem that I'm having right now with this space. People tend to always get stuck when it comes to the fluff masters. And now that only leaves you to one question. Who can you trust online in a world full of gurus? Who do you believe has the answer to your problems? The answer to that question is simple. You have to determine for your specific needs, who do you believe can help transform your life and get you to the promised land? I wish it was that easy, but quite frankly, it just isn't. Our culture is just too turned on by the flash and the lifestyle market. Many people have their blinders down, and all you have to do in reality in today's market is just pull up in a forum and spit some motivational bars, and boom, they got you. And that's why I closed down my agency. I closed down my agency because sadly, I've been a crucial piece in a lot of this madness. I got so good at what I do, I was willing to help any and everyone that came to the table. I've helped so many people scale their brands to unimaginable heights online. And I've helped them reach millions of people thinking that I was helping change lives. And with most people that I work with, I truly enjoy working with them and giving them all of my secret frameworks to help them blow up their businesses. But as some of them started to grow, so did their egos and so did their greed. There's a saying out there that goes like this: money doesn't change people, it reveals them. It merely amplifies who they've always been inside. And I know it's sad, man. It is so sad, but it's also very true. And this is what has now led me to come out from behind the scenes and help fix what's happening in the market. And if you are someone who is struggling to make money in this economic downturn due to inflation, or looking for new opportunities with you and your family, or maybe you're even searching for something that you can do from home from anywhere in the world. And trust me when I say this, there are a ton of people who are out there looking to take that leap of faith by betting on themselves. I even have 21-year-olds out here making $100,000 plus per month with their online businesses. So what's your excuse? So if you're tired of listening to the fake gurus telling you what you should do when they don't even do it for themselves, then listen up. Because the information that I'm about to share with you will help you get out of that situation you're stuck in and give you the hope that there are people out here on the internet that actually care. People who want to see you win and want you to get everything that you need and want and desire in this life and help you get across that finish line. So if that's you, pay close attention. You may have seen this phrase online, but here's something that I can tell you. You are legitimately one product away from changing your life. It sounds crazy, right? Just one? Well, what if I had undeniable proof that all it takes is one product to make your dreams become a reality? Now, let me make sure that you fully understand that I'm telling you that one product can change your life, but it is a very bold statement. Yes, one product can change your life, but you also need to have a proven system to help you build something that is sustainable. Everyone online talks about how you can do this and how you can do that, but no one talks about building a real sustainable business. No one really talks about building something that can withstand the 3-year curse. Nearly 1 out of every 5 businesses fail, and it's always due to these 3 things. They lack the funds or they lack cash flow. They lack the demand for the product or the service. Or they're just flat out not even researching the competition. What if I told you I could help you learn financial literacy and help you learn how to properly leverage other people's money to get moving in the right direction? What if I also showed you how to get all of the demand you could possibly handle? Or what if I showed you how to research the competition and help put you in a position to capture your share of the market? Would you want to take advantage or continue sitting on the sidelines while others win? Well, I got something for you. Introducing Inflation-Proof Plays. Inflation-Proof Plays is the #1 place for people looking to build an online business the right way. Inside of Inflation-Proof Plays, I will be teaching you alongside other industry experts how to turn your ideas into profit. It doesn't matter what your passion is. If you have an idea that is ethical and solves a problem, and I can show you how to make money from it. See, for me, I don't have to sit around here and make up a bunch of stories around what I've been able to do. I'll just show you. But first, my goal for this project is to become the #1 platform for all inspiring entrepreneurs looking to learn specialized knowledge. See, over the past 7 years, I've been lucky enough to work with some amazing brand owners, and I know exactly how much I've blessed their lives, and they need to know just how much they've blessed mine. But in this agency space, this client acquisition space, you are limited to one-to-one relationship versus one-to-many. And I can no longer hold back this information because our people desperately need it. So let me break down for you what exactly is going to be inside of Inflation Proof and what we'll be covering. Now, inside of Inflation Proof Plays, we're going to be giving you all of the proven plays that I've personally done myself for many brand owners online. Paid ad plays, webinar plays, challenge plays, affiliate marketing, 8-figure plays, email and SMS, e-commerce. I'm about to give you guys all of the plays. My goal is to supply you with everything that you could possibly need when it comes to this online space and when it comes to making money. And here's also something that's super exciting. We will also be bringing in industry experts to speak on financial literacy, real estate, high-ticket e-commerce, health and wellness, and so much more. Now, let me kill one of the biggest myths I've seen online. Now, I know that it may seem that the only people online get money, they have big followings, or they have a ton of money. But let me tell you how far from the truth that is. Most of these people who have big followings, 1, have a ton of fake followers. 2, they don't know how to monetize their followers and make money from them. 3, they flat out broke. I can't tell you how many times I've come across big influencers thinking that they were balling, only to find out that they were in need of some serious help. So don't be out here getting fooled by the likes and the followers. That's all fake too. But look on the bright side. Everyone's not out here stunning. There are some hard-working entrepreneurs who took me up on what I brought to the table, and their lives have not been the same since. Like my main man, Ernest here. I've been helping this guy scale his brand for over 2.5 years. Now check out what he had to say. You can see it here on the screen. $350,000 closed in the last 7 days, broski. I closed 100% of the clients from that webinar, which is freaking bananas. Folks gotta start listening to the Millionaire Whisperer. Now look, I told y'all before, I'm known as the 8-figure creator. Many other people have different names for me, and all I can do is run with it. Or like my main man, Josh. My mans could buy 3 Lambos with that type of weekend. Can you imagine pulling in crazy numbers like this over the span of 3 or 4 days? What about my guy, Lanny? My guy has never done over $1 million in a month. And for the first time ever, with this brand new brand that he created on Black Friday of November 2020, he's now doing $1 million plus months. All off of the strength of having a good brand, having a good product, and having a really well-oiled machine behind him. Or what about my main guy, Bricks? As you can see here on the screen, I am beyond impressed. I made 7 figures in 3 months from the help that Damien brought to the table. And I have this on video, by the way, so just in case anyone thinks that I'm just on here putting some screenshots up, I have video testimonials for every single person that I'm putting on this screen. And lastly, my guy Antonio. My guy started his business 4 months ago. You can see it right here on the screen. From May, July, August. You can see that in August, we started running ads. And you can see the growth. You can see exactly what happened. We did over $1.3 million in less than 5 months. Now, I'll show you all this to say, and like I've stated before, I've been in multiple verticals and multiple niches, helping business owners take their brands to new heights. We've helped so many brands reach multiple 8 figures, it's not even funny. And we've had people even, as you can see here on the screen, $20 million, $4 million, $10 million, 6, 2, 5, 2, 2, 1, 4. We out here getting this money. So if you're ready to take your brand to the next level, I need you to pay close attention. And you want to know where it gets even crazier? My guy, Him 500. I helped Him 500 do over $1 million in 1 day from selling online digital products. Yes, that's right. You can look on screen. $1 million. And the crazy part is we almost did it twice. So believe me when I say this, the things you will be learning inside of Inflation Proof Plays, it works. And guess what? It works now. It's the stuff that's working right now. Not something that's outdated, not something that worked in 2016. This is exactly what's working today. Why? Because I am a practitioner. I am always in the trenches. I have built systems, processes, frameworks that are replicatable, that all you have to do is go and execute on the information being given. And now, my goal for you is for you to have every advantage at your disposal. I want you to have every privilege. I want you to have everything you desire for you and your family. I want you to have everything that your parents and grandparents could have never hoped for. And ultimately, I want you to win. I want you to win at this game called life. And all you have to do is make that decision and believe that there are still some good people out here who truly want to help you. And now that you have a better understanding of what my mission is for you, let me break this down for you so that you have a better understanding of what the market teaches you and what I am going to be sharing with you that's so different. This right here on the screen is what we call the digital landscape. Everything you do online goes through this same exact process. Yes, you can get complicated and make it do other things, but this is the main flow. As you can see here on the screen, this is what we call the digital landscape. Everything that you do online goes through this same exact process. Yes, you can get complicated, but the majority of people are still gonna go through what I call a typical sales funnel. In the top left-hand corner, you can see that you have your ideal prospect. You then have to do something to attract them to your product. Then they go through your awareness funnel, and if they ever fall out, which most of them will, you can put a specific message at each part of the process to persuade them to move further down the funnel. until ultimately they buy from you. And this is what most of the market puts out. The high level overviews that are just surface level with no real substance. And now let me show you what they won't tell you. Why? Because they simply can't. This right here is the real framework. Inside of all of these boxes are pieces to a very big puzzle that took me a very long time to crack. It took me over 7 years and millions of dollars spent online to figure all this out. And believe it or not, there's still so much more to learn. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on paid courses, hours of time spent learning from the fake gurus who were all selling the same regurgitated information. And after a while, I caught on to it. I started to learn how to spot the fakes and how to spot the people who had the real information. And believe it or not, the people who didn't use Flash typically had the most game, because most of the fluff masters had tactics. They had hacks that would only get you so far, and it would only last for a short period of time. So once that stopped working, they would then disappear or be on to the next hot thing that they could learn and teach. And with there being so many pieces, you can see that most people online don't even touch half of this stuff. And this isn't even everything. This is just a foundation for success. And when you pair that foundation with a good product, great fulfillment, good customer service, and focus on the community, that is when the magic happens. Now look, let me make sure I make this perfectly clear. I like the nice stuff too, but I don't use it to sell anyone into a product. That's where I have the problem, especially if they can't help the people get to where they want to go. So hopefully, after watching this, you are better prepared to take on this online space with a shield for all of the BS that you may encounter. And listen, I am so confident in my ability and what I put together that I'm willing to do a fake guru challenge and put up my own big bucks to be put into a setting with any of these gurus around different topics online. And I can promise you this, I will run laps around every single one of them and win every single time. So instead of learning these half-baked plays from the fluff masters, come learn the foundations and processes yourself so that you can put yourself in a better position to win. Because right now is the best time to start. As AI continues to take the world by storm, inflation being at an all-time high, eggs and groceries skyrocketing in price, and a recession looming, the question you have to ask yourself is, if not now, then when? When will you stop waiting on someone to come save you? When will you start taking your life by the balls and saying enough is enough? When will you realize that the only way for you to get out of your situation is for you to bet on you? You owe it to yourself to live the life that you deserve. And after dealing with all of these gurus and seeing what was possible, I had to first make sure that what I did was bulletproof and could actually work for any and everybody. And it doesn't matter your niche. It doesn't matter what your personal beliefs are. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. What I've built just flat out works. Listen to me. If you follow the blueprint and hold yourself accountable, you can have better control over your future. And the last question that you have to ask yourself is, why not me? If I give you everything that you need to be successful, you have no excuses. And guess what? You want to know the best part about all of this? It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get started. It's not going to cost you your last in order to start taking action and moving in the right direction. I can hear you all now. Damien, $9.97 is still a lot of money. Everyone out here is selling products for $9.97, so how is that gonna help me? Well, you know what? What if I told you it wasn't? What if I told you I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to be able to learn this specialized knowledge? What if I told you this is the most affordable, high quality product on the market? Would you believe me? Well, it's only $50 a month. That's right. For only $50, you now have the opportunity to learn how to turn any of your ideas into profits. Now, some of you will take me up on this opportunity and run with it. Some of you will need help along the way. Some of you will continue to stand on the sidelines in fear, and some of you will not take any action at all. And that's fine. But just know, the product price is not going to change. And this community will be over here creating winners every single day. So the choice is yours. And if you're ready for that change, you're ready to take that leap of faith, you're ready to change your family's trajectory, then comment below. Now here's what I need from you. Implementation. Nothing pains me more than to see entrepreneurs not take advantage of specialized knowledge that is being shared. I would hate for you to be in the same spot that you're currently in 2 years from now. Do not be that person. You owe it to yourself to try something different because something clearly isn't working. And if it's doing okay, let me show you how to make it better. And that is something that I know is a fact. I cannot promise you that everyone will make money because that's all dependent upon the individual. It's truly some lazy people out here who just don't got no dog in them whatsoever. There's no fight. There's no willpower. There's only complaining and finger pointing, and those will be the ones who don't make it. But if you are ready to level up, it's the perfect day to become an entrepreneur and boss up. Today is the day you will stop hiding behind that fear and take a bet on you. Today is the day you will stop playing the victim card and take ownership over your life. Today is the day you will stop letting the naysayers and the doubters tell you that it's not possible. Now, there's a phrase that goes like this that I believe is so powerful. Stop telling your goals and your dreams to small-minded people. You need to stop looking for answers from people who have never done what you're trying to do. The people who have never been where you're trying to go. And I can tell you one thing, these people didn't. These people and plenty others have taken that leap of faith and claimed what was rightfully theirs. And so can you. If you are ready to get to that next level, go to inflationproofplays.com and sign up today. And those for you who stuck around to the end, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. I thank you for taking the time to get educated around how you can protect yourself in a very volatile market. And I also want to make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as I will be giving you guys some massive game around how to win big on the internet. So I look forward to seeing all of the new faces inside of the community. And remember this, you can win too. Thank you all again. Let's get it.